Alrighty guys, so we're backtracking now, which I've told you before I absolutely hate, but it's just what we're going to do. I have absolutely loved it down here, but I will be glad to get out of this wind because I've got this thing pegged. I can't even get over 70. I've got this nasty headwind and it's just driving me crazy. So hopefully once we get back up over the range, this wind will go away. But we're going to head to Broken Hill and then to Cobar. And then from Cobar, there's a few things I want to see. So yeah, got to get out of this wind. Look, I can't get anywhere. And it's detrimental for fuel economy. Alrighty, so we've just arrived back in Wilcannia. Almost where we started, and geez, it's good to see the river again. There she is in the beautiful old bridge. So it is stinking hot today, and I was going to treat myself and go back to the caravan park, which is just up here. This is the road to Cobar, but Wilcannia, same as Broken Hill, they got no power. So I was going to get a powered site and enjoy my air conditioner tonight. But yeah, no power here either. So there's a campground apparently on the junction road where you turn off to go to Cobar. So we'll just go and camp out here in the heat. But it's getting on to dusk, so we should be alright. So anyway, we'll reassess in the morning where we're going to go and what we're going to do. Alright, so I've just rocked up to this campground. It's just out in the bush. All it is basically down in there is a big gravel pit. I don't know why this thing doesn't focus anymore. Yeah, so there's a gravel pit there. So this is on the junction of the Cobar and Ivanhoe turn off. So good a place as any. It's very hot. There's not a breath of wind. You can see those little grassy things there. They're not even moving. So it's going to be a pretty warm night, I think, without any breeze. Shame that caravan park was closed, but oh well, not closed, but didn't have power. But anyway, such is life. So look at the poor old truck. Righto, I'm just going to settle in for the night and chill, try and keep cool. Alrighty guys, I'll show you where we're at. So here's Broken Hill, Port Augusta's this way. You remember we went. So yesterday morning I got the tyre down here, way over here at Port Augusta. I just pushed right through to here where there was only one fuel station open. And then I kept pushing right the way through to Wilcannia, back on the Darling. Then I headed this way and I camped right at this junction here, the Cobar turn off. And then this morning I got up and we pushed, where am I? Sorry. We pushed right away along here to Cobar. I didn't stop because I'm on my way home now. And then straight up to where we are right now, back in Burke, almost where we started. So from Burke, I'm going to head to Brewarrina, because I want to look at these fish traps. And then we're going to go to Walgett. And then from Walgett, we're going to head up this way, up the Guida Highway, into, where are we? Anyway, into Goondiwindi. So, oh yeah, Walgett here. Up the Guida. Moree, there's some thermal baths there and some thermal baths here at Pallamallawalla, whatever it's called. So we might have a look at those thermal baths. And then, yeah, up into Goondiwindi. And then once we get to Goondiwindi, it's just a run home. So that's the go, guys. We're just beelining it home. I've sort of had enough now. And it's starting to really heat up. So time to get home and unwind. Alrighty, so we're in Brewarrina. And these are the fish traps down here. There's some good ones up further there. I think we might go have a look at those. I think how they work is they just divert water into these pools here, and the fish gather in these pools. They can be caught easily. You can see all the pelicans and that, they got the idea there. Righto, so we're at the lovely free campground at Walgett. Facilities here. Nice picnic area, a few little things of interest. And we're right on sunset, so we'll go for a little sunset walk. It's been extremely hot here today with that feral hot wind again. It really is getting hot. So yeah, it's nice to have the cool of the evening. So we've got some big old contraption here. Something to do with water, I'd say. A water wheel, maybe, because we're right on the Barwon River here, I think. An earth scoop. Digging drains for irrigation. There you go. Oh, here's a little book exchange, which is good. I've got some books I want to get rid of. I'll come back and... Oh, actually, no, I think I've already got rid of them. That one will do me. Yeah, I'll come back later and replace a few of these. I grabbed a Lee Child, they're always good. So, yeah, it's a bit of a crossways here. To go to Burke or Moree or Dubbo. So this is sort of a bit of a crossroads, but it's a nice little place. Not much water in the river as we came across it. Nice little Fordson tractor there, look at that one. With actual tracks on it. There we go. A lot of indigenous heritage here, as you would expect, along the river. So yeah, it's a nice, very pleasant little campground. It's beautiful. And it's free, there's barbecues up here. And I think there's a dump point as well, somewhere. Maybe, or that might be somewhere else. Anyway guys, that's it. There's not much else to walk to here, to see. There's a little pond over here, we'll go and have a look at that. Yeah, so the drive here from Cobar was extremely dry, very dry. And this is a nice little oasis. I'm not sure if it's a spring fed or what it is. Oh, look at it. What's going on? Are you going to attack me or are you coming to say hello? What's going on, guys? How are you? Hey, or is he chasing his missus, I think? Oh, just saying hello. Come to say hello. How lovely. So look at this gorgeous little pond. With a little fountain in the middle. You've made some friends.
They came to us when we were over there. We're coming back for more.
Oh, yes, I'm not going near your girlfriend, mate. I'm not going near her. And look at these. I love these birds. They got the cheekiest little faces on them. I don't know what they are. Someone might be able to tell me. They're really cool. What's going on, guys? Hey, what's happening? Hey? Alright, so that's basically the campground. Well, actually no, there's a rock over here with a plaque on it. Right there, let's go and have a look at that. Righto, this is in celebration of the centenary of the publication in The Man from Snowy River and Other Verses of Banjo Patterson's Been There Before. And here's the poem, and he's talking about Walgett, so that's pretty interesting. Hey mate, what do you follow me, you guys? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what's happening? You're a handsome bird, aren't you? Hey? Yes, there is a dump point. There it is right there. And another toilet block as you come in. So, lovely. Nice little town, Walgett. And a lovely campground as well. Alrighty guys, the McIntyre River. And we are just crossing into Queensland. So there we go, into Goondiwindi. So we're back in the home state. So I'm just going to fill up with some fuel and make a last push to get home. Fucking have a look at this. Have a look at this. That's these fucking roads out here. Drawbar snapped clean off. Coming over that fucking speed bump right there. I didn't hit it fast. But anyway, the trailer's fucked. Just what I need on the home stretch. And I'm nearly home. Have a look at it. Absolutely unbelievable. Destroyed. G'day guys, well we made it home, push and we got here in almost one piece, as you saw with the trailer at Millmerran on the other side of Toowoomba. So absolutely fabulous trip. 5 months I was on the road and it was just absolutely amazing. First time I've ever done something like that, so it's always a learning experience the first time. Would I have changed anything? Yes, I sure would have. In hindsight, I wouldn't have taken that trailer, not because it broke in the end, and it's understandable because I gave that poor little trailer absolute curry. I took it to places where it had no business going, but she almost survived. But anyway, that's in a towie's yard, and that's going to be delivered to me sometime next week or whatever. But it doesn't matter. I'm pretty tired, pretty fatigued. Sorry I didn't get much footage on the way home. I just beelined it. When you make that decision that it's time to go home, I was like a greyhound chasing the furry rabbit. I was just thought I could just see the finish line. But again, you know, mixed emotions, because I just had the time of my life. I really did. It was amazing. Went to places, most places I've never been before. And just the things I saw, the weather, the landscapes, the fishing, the beaches, everything was just absolutely amazing. But that said, it is good to be home. Especially because there's not a breath of wind here. You could light a candle right here and the flame wouldn't even move. It is as still as a crypt, so that's pretty nice. And all the greenery and the trees where I live. I've spent a lot of time out in the red dirt country, so it's nice to be back in a bit of greenery. But you know, the highlights, I would say, actually what I was going to say was, yeah, in hindsight, I wouldn't have taken the trailer. I could have done without that. It was almost worth it for the tinny because I caught those whiting down at Venus Bay, which was just a real highlight. And I used the motorbike a few times with some buddies down in Mildura. We went for a trail ride and out and about, out in the country on that sheep station I stayed at. So that was good. But with that trailer, it's important, I think, to trust your instincts, because what I mean by that, is when I blew that tyre in the Flinders Ranges. I mean, my plan was, as I mentioned, was to go up to Arkaroola and continue up and go through along the Streslecky track in Aminka back into Queensland that way. So, you know, I made the decision to get a new tyre and then just beeline it home. My paradigm shifted when that happened, and it's important, I think, to really trust your instincts when your brain's trying to tell you something. And my brain was saying, okay, just go home now. So you saw the trailer, it snapped in half in Millmerran. I was only going very slow, just over a gradual speed bump, and it just broke. So it was on the way out. Now, if I had have got, well, when I got my spare tyre, I was seriously considering going back and continuing on. But I like I said, again, I listened to what my brain was saying. So luckily, you know, we went that way, because as bad as that trailer was breaking, it couldn't have happened in a better place, really. It would have snapped out in the middle of nowhere with no phone reception and that sort of thing, and then I would have had to just simply abandon it, just leave it all there. What else can I do? So yeah, really good sort of how that worked out. The truck ran flawlessly. I could not be happier with the truck. It just kept going and just ran beautifully and didn't give me any drama at all. Well, that's not quite true. I did develop a little oil leak early, but that was an easy fix, and I took care of that in no time. So other than that, I couldn't be happier with that truck. Fantastic. Some of the highlights, I would say, it's extremely difficult to pick you know, any out, because it was all fantastic. But some things that stand out were Dunlop Station for its history, Gundabooka National Park. It was a beautiful little spot out in the middle of nowhere, gorgeous, with a little oasis and beautiful indigenous artwork up there on the overhang. So that was fantastic. The Louth races, of course. You know, Wilcannia, very historic. I'm just working my way down now. Over to Silverton, the Mad Max scene was just right up my alley. I just loved that to bits. And then, of course, down the Eyre Peninsula, a few standouts down there would be Arno Bay. I love that tiny little place, just beautiful. Louth Bay, where I caught the squid, was great. Coffin Bay was fantastic, even though it was rough but beautiful. And then up the west coast, the sea lions, swimming with the sea lions. I mean, you don't get to do that every day, so that was just wonderful. Catching the whiting at Venus Bay. Venus Bay would be probably my most favourite town on the peninsula. I just love it there. It's a beautiful little town. And then up we go to what is it? I'm trying to think now. Mount Ive Station with the Salt Lake. I mean, just magnificent, beautiful. Don't see that every day. And then the Flinders, of course, which they just absolutely speak for themselves with their ruggedness and beauty. Just absolutely stunning. And I've used that word a lot throughout this trip, as I'm sure you've seen. But they're just a world-class destination, I think. I think South Australia as a whole is quite underrated in Australia. I think everyone should get down there and explore it. It is just a really, really fantastic place to be. And they make the best meat pies in the country. I'll put them up against anything, anywhere, anytime. But yeah, just good to be home with my familiar smells. When I opened the door and came in, the house has been locked up. you know, for 5 months, and just the familiar smells and everything. You know what it's like when you get home. There's nothing like it. But I've been cleaning out the camper, and I get a lump in the throat, you know, because just the smells in the camper, the squeak of the door when it opens, just little and climbing up and down the stairs, which I've done countless times over the trip. It you know, it puts a bit of a lump in your throat when you think that it's over, but you know, there's always time to do more. So yeah, that was it. My videos aren't that great, obviously. You know, the production value's not there, or editing. I just basically throw a bunch of clips together and show you what I'm looking at. Speak a little bit of drivel about where I am, so it's about as good as it gets with me. But I hope you've enjoyed watching it anyway, especially as much as I've enjoyed doing it all, putting it together. So that's about it, guys. Home, time to relax before I go back to work, and maybe plan the next trip. You never know. So anyway, that was my little journey around the bottom part of Australia. Absolutely fantastic. Recommend it to everyone. And might see you on the road next time, guys. Happy travels.